Hello and welcome to Minikun Tutorials. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to become a freelance service provider on Fiverr and make a whole lot of money. Fiverr is simply an online platform that enables freelancers or freelance service providers to market their services and their products. So in terms of products, you could be selling any kind of product, it could be shoes, it could be shirts, it could be medical devices, it could be anything at all, okay? Anything at all. It could be tomatoes, it could be chicken. In terms of services, this depends on your profession and your expertise. You could be into graphic design, you could be into web design, you could be into data analysis, you could be a biostatistician, you could be whatever field in that you are into. Okay, you could be an IT pro, you could be in the health sector, you could be a business consultant, you could be you know HR consultant, many other stuffs. Okay, in my case, I am a I'm into public health, so I'm a clinical research associate as well as an epidemiologist, and I wish to make some side income by marketing my services online by becoming a freelancer. Now, becoming a freelancer simply means that you have to find a way of marketing your services. You could have your own website. By having your own website, you might not get the necessary or the needed traffic. You might not, but thanks to platforms like Fiverr, you can actually put your services here and, you know, draw the attention of many buyers, okay, or many people, companies and organizations and that may need your service and individuals that may need your services. So I think Fiverr is really a very great platform. Now, once all you have to do is to go to fiverr.com. If I don't forget, I'll leave the link. Just look at it. It's very simple. Fiverr, as you can see.com, or you can look right below in the description box of this particular video and you find a link to the website. So when you come to fiverr.com, over here, you have the choice. If you are an English speaking person, you can just select English, or you can choose among these languages. So you have like Spanish, French, Portuguese, Italian, Netherlands, Dutch, and all of that. So I do speak English, so I'll pick English, though I also speak French very well. So you could choose any language of your choice. One other thing you have to note is that it doesn't really matter when you are to create your profile or when you want to become a seller, in other words, a freelancer on Fiverr, if you enter your data in French and somebody, for instance, is um, a buyer or somebody that is in need of your services, searches online and find gigs of your profile, try to get in touch with you, automatically Fiverr will translate your entries. If you did the entries in your own language, maybe French, Fiverr would automatically translate it into the language of that person, which might be English or whatever, for him to understand. So don't really worry about that. Now, without much ado, when you come over here, if you already have an account, then just click on sign in and then you're gonna sign in, because before you can become a seller or before you can become a freelancer, you must first of all have a Fiverr account, because it's with the help of the Fiverr account that you can actually create your or register on Fiverr as a seller or a freelance service provider. So if you already have an account, just enter your email or your username and then you put your password and click on continue to sign in. If you don't already have an account, then you have to join Fiverr. How do you join Fiverr? By simply clicking on join here. When you click on join, they'll ask you for your email address. Now, if you have a business email address, you put it here. If you don't have a business email address, and you could put your personal email address. Okay, it doesn't really matter. After all, when clients contact you on Fiverr, you always have a chat on the Fiverr messenger at the beginning until any development, where you may exchange contacts and then move on with the business. So you just put your personal email address or your business email address if you have one. Then you click on continue. Now, when you click on continue, in my case, what are they saying? They're saying this email address is already registered. So let me put, for instance, tutorials. Okay, something like this. If I should click on continue, now they'll ask me to choose a username. The username here is very important. You have the choice. You have the choice to either put your real name. For instance, if you are called Amakojo, you put Amakojo. Okay. If you are called Eric, Eric, Eric Ali, you put Eric Ali. If you are called Mohammed Sule, you put Mohammed Sule. So you put your username, and now you also have the choice. If you don't want to put your real name, you can also put a, a creative name, or you can be very creative and you can put a name that reflects your business. Okay. What I do is that you see you have your username and you also have your display name. So what I always prefer is that I recommend that you put a username that reflects your business. For instance, I am into clinical research. So I'll put something like I am a CRA. But remember, you cannot use a username that has already been taken. Okay. So I'll put, for instance, I'm a clinical research associate as well as an epidemiologist. So I'll put something like CRA, clinical research associate. It's actually an acronym that is known. If you are, let's say, a writer, you can say writer underscore, you put your real name or something. That is that becomes your business name. I prefer doing that because when you become a seller on Fiverr, you would actually have the option to choose a display name, and that display name can be your real name. So you have your real name, and under you see at your business name. Let me show you an example. Okay, before we proceed. So let's assume I just come to Fiverr again. Fiverr here. I just want to go to Fiverr once again and show you something. So let's assume I am a buyer. So I'm looking for services. And I just come to Fiverr and I try to look for some services. So if I just type research, I just say I want some research services. Okay, and I click on research. Now notice several people profiles have displayed. Okay, so let's assume I pick somebody like I just need somebody like this guy. His real name is Matthew Harley. So if I click on Matthew Harley, if I click on his profile, let's see. Okay, please note that Matthew Harley, his display name is Matthew, as simple as this, and then his username is what? Matthew Harley, his full name. But I wanted another example where you'd see that. Let me give you another example. I want another example, another example. Um, okay, let's pick this writer. Okay, I just don't. Anyway, what are the example that I'm trying to get is it's a little bit. Okay, let's pick this person. So it's just do whatever that you want. What I really wanted to tell you, I'm not getting it quite. It's just my recommendation, and I'm not forcing you to do the exact same thing. Okay, let's pick this person. Great. Zakaria, PhD. Zakira. Let's take Zakira. This is Dr. Zakira. And okay, Dr. Zakira. So you see that, for instance, this her display name Dr. Zakira, and then her username is Zakira underscore PhD. So with this PhD attached, it gives something about who she is, and then is she a teacher? Is she a professor? Is she teaching? Or is she providing training services? Is she a researcher? Whatever. So it's important that your username say something about who you are. Okay, without much ado, I don't have to. I was looking for a perfect profile, but I hope you understand what I mean. So just click on join here. Once again, put in your email address, click on continue. Your username, in my case, I'll put, for instance, CRA underscore epidemiologist. So I'm an EP. I can just leave it like this. Okay. One thing is that you cannot choose a username that is already taken, because if you do that, then you'll be in trouble. Because when you pick a username that is already taken, it will not work. In that case, you will have to put underscore and put some numbers or whatever just to differentiate. Or you could have also written your real name. There's nothing wrong. But I would rather prefer using my real name as my display name when I'm trying to create my seller or freelancer account on Fiverr, so that my username will always be under, and you see at something. So if you say at CRA, meaning that's somebody that is a CRA. This helps because when somebody is looking for your services online and he see gigs of your services on Fiverr, online, like through the search engine, then he sees that this person is a CRA, then he just gets convinced, okay, this is really somebody that I'm looking for. And then you put your password and then you click on join. So you just put your password, and then you join. Once you join, you receive an email. So in my case, this is the email that I received, and I just clicked on confirm, oh sorry, activate to activate my account. Now I don't have to repeat this because I already have an account. Okay, and now the purpose of all this, what I've done so far, was just to show you how to create your Fiverr account. Now once your Fiverr account is created, you just have to and you activate it, it will just log in automatically and then you start. But since I already have an account, to sign in, I'll just click on sign in here, and then I'll put my username. My username is actually CRA underscore epidemiolog, something like this. Then I'll put my password. So my password, so why have I chosen a username like this? I am a CRA, I'm an epidemiologist. You can only put 15 characters, so I've not put write epidemiologist in full. But the purpose of choosing a username like this is to make sure that, like I said, it's a creative way of doing things, and it's something that actually depicts what I'm doing, my sector of activity. Now my password, I'll just put it ms doc, put password. Okay, and I just click on continue to sign in. I don't want to save my password. Now, when I'm logged in, as you can see, once you log into your wherever your Fiverr account, now what are you going to do to become a service provider? In other words, if you want to become whatever a seller, or if you want to become a freelance service provider, you know, for those who are buyers, that is for people who need services. For them, they just have to come and start searching. They just have to log into their account and start searching for somebody to talk to. But since you are not a buyer, you are rather a service provider, then you have to click on your profile picture here. Once you are logged in, okay, just click on it, and then down here you see something like become a seller. So become a seller, you click on that, and then you see they will say, for instance, join our growing freelance community. So all these are freelancers. There are billions of or thousands of people that are making it a lot here. So what do? The price range is actually from what? From $5 to $10,000, depending on what services you are providing. You know. So you just click on become a seller, and when you click on become a seller, you click on continue, click on continue, click on continue, and then the procedure of becoming a seller or a freelancer is actually in 4 steps. So the first step has to do with your personal information. The second step has to do with your professional information. If you want to link some accounts like Twitter, Facebook, and finally your account security. Remember when you created your account, you were asked to verify your email. So, but finally you also have to verify your phone number for your business account to be set, okay, or your freelance account to be set on Fiverr. So I had already started the process because I did not want to waste a lot of time trying to enter all this data as you follow the video. So I had already started the procedure. All you have to do is to enter your real name. So you can just type your real name. You see your first name and your last name. You see how it is. And then this is your display name that I was talking about. So your display name, you can put your real name. Sometimes if your display name is too long and it's not entering, you can try to, for instance, I could have written F Minunkun or try to be creative. And then when you finish, you put your profile picture, okay, because this display name will be there. That's your real name. And then under it, you have what? Your username, which I said you should use a username that says something at least about the services that you'll be providing. That's why I wrote my username as epidemiologist, CRA underscore epidemiologist. Now I have to put my profile picture. So I just click on this and I'll browse maybe on my desktop or wherever and select a picture. So I'll pick this picture here. Perfect. It will come. And once I put a profile picture, it's very important to describe the services that you are going to provide as a freelancer. Okay, so you have to specify if you're an auto entrepreneur, make sure you state the name of your auto sorry, I said the name of your auto entrepreneur. Make sure you state the name of your company or wherever. If you're an individual, just describe the services that you're going to provide in details. So for instance, I'm saying I am as a freelance CRA and an epidemiologist. My freelance company is called Clinical Trial and Research Services Niche, provides services in clinical research and public health at almost the same price as the hourly pay of a regular employee. So I'm trying to say my freelance services are very cheap, and then these are the details in terms of clinical research services. I could be a CRA, CTA, study coordinator. In observational studies, I could be a real world evidence studies. I could be an epidemiologist, a real world evidence analyst, biostatistician. In terms of medical writing, I could write study protocols and blah blah blah. So make sure you type something that really describes your business. I'm saying finally that a company, clinical research organizations, medical device manufacturers, biotechnology, as well as pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, etc., etc. And I said, please message me anytime without any hesitation to discuss your project. Fine. And now you come to languages. You have to indicate your language proficiency in either English or French, Portuguese, uh, Dagara, Akan, Swahili, Arab, whatever your language is, you state it here. So in my case, in the globally English I speak English very well, so I'll put English. And to add a new language, you just click on add here and then you browse, just click on this drop down menu. For instance, I can put Akan. Akan is a Ghanaian language, so I'll put I am a native Ghanaian, so I'll put native and I just add it, for instance. So you can add as many languages as possible. Then you just click on continue. Now, when you click on continue, you now come to this place under professional information where you have to specify your occupation. So if I should click on this drop down menu here, you can see the number of occupations that are available on Fiverr. So we have what? Digital marketing, graphics and design, writing and translation, business, programming, so, and tech, music and audio, animation, video and animation, data, photography, lifestyle. So you see, you can market any kind of products here. Okay, you see, so you just have to choose what you think really suits you. In my case, as a clinical research associate, I can be a consultant. A senior clinical, I can be a research consultant, right? So I'm a business consultant. That's why I picked business. And then when I picked business, I chose what I checked consultant. The rest of the things doesn't apply to me. Make sure you choose what applies to you. Check this. So I check this, and then you have to indicate the date or your level of experience. So for me, I've kept 2021 till 2023. Perfect. And also you can, after I did that, you can actually delete this. So you only have the possibility of choosing a maximum of 2 occupations, not more than that. So I chose business as a consultant, and then I also chose what data because I'm an epidemiologist. I can go into biostatistician, data analysis, real world evidence analysis, and all of that. So I also chose data. That's why I chose data. I checked data analysis and all of that. So for instance, if I should delete this, assuming I delete this, now I will have the, so once you finish with the first entries, you have the possibility of adding a new occupation. So you click on new, you click here, and I just pick what data, for instance, and I'll put data analysis, databases, data processing, uh, data entry, data visualization, for instance. And then the one important thing that you have to take note of is your expertise or your skills. Because remember that you only have the possibility of choosing 2 occupations. You see that when I enter the second occupation, I cannot add anything again. So I only chose business and then data analysis. So after taking these 2 occupations, I can, however, compensate um, the fact that I was not able to choose all my occupations by simply entering a lot of skills. So you can add as many skills as possible. To add a new skill, just click on add new. Then you can type your skill. If your skill exists or, is pre-exist within the Fiverr catalog, fine. If not, if I should type something like writing, okay. So you see that writing exists. So I can just pick writing, and then I can put my level of expertise. So I'm an expert, intermediate, or beginner. So I'm an expert, and I just click on add, and it's done. So it seems now I've reached the total number of skills. I cannot add anymore. Okay, but I had already added all these skills. Okay, but let me show you an example. Supposing I delete writing, or I want to delete something that I don't really need. Let's say um, all these are important anyway. But if you can, in case, I want to show you something. Let's assume I delete writing. After deleting writing, I now have the possibility to add another skill because I've added too many skills now. So if I click on new, and then maybe in the process of writing the skill, let's assume I say, maybe I'm good at, I don't know, DJ. Let me just write something weird. I don't know what I can write. Let's say mailing, for instance. So you see that mailing doesn't exist, or let me just say something that doesn't exist. But you see, whatever that you write, so let's assume your skill is not something that is known it's not something that pre-exists in Fiverr. Once you start typing it, Fiverr would, however, suggest something for you. Is it this? So make sure you enter what you really mean and you just select it, and it still works. You add your level of experience and then you add it. That's just what I wanted to let you know. So after this stage, after adding all your skills, let me put writing because writing is something important for me. So I'll put writing again. Writing. So this exists already, writing. I'm an expert and I add this. Okay. Now, after I've added all my skills, I can come to my education. So education, you have your degree, the year, that's the year you graduated, and then what? That's just it. So to add new education, I just click on add here, and I can put, for instance, uh, Master of Science, and I'll put, for instance, um, medicine, or let's say nursing, you see, and then I'll put the year that I graduated, maybe 2022, for instance. Then I have to specify which school. So first of all, the country. So let's say France. Then the country here is, sorry, the college or this the university. Let's say X Marseille University. You just select it. Then you click on add. I don't need that, so I'm gonna put it. So, because I've already added my school, whatever. Now you come to certification. If you have any certification, you add it. For instance, I have good clinical practice GCP certification from Global Health Network. So to add something like that, you just click on add new, you put in the name of the certificate, you put in from which institution or whatever you got it, you put a year, and then you click on add. And then after which you can put your website. I don't have a business website, so I just kept my LinkedIn profile link, and I just click on continue. Now they are saying which year did I do data, blah blah. Okay, so I'll say I didn't put those details since 2018. So I'll put 2018 till 2023, for instance. Okay, then I'll just go ahead and click on continue. Now, after that, you come to your social presence. So if you want to add your Facebook links and Twitter and all of that, here's where you can do that. I'm not interested, so I just click on continue. When I click on continue, I will come to what? Account security. Now, account security, you see that my email is already verified right from the first time that I created my account. But I still have to, so I can just go ahead and click on finish. Okay, I can just go ahead and click on finish, and that is just it. But if I want to also add some extra security, maybe like my phone number, then I can just click on add phone number here, put your country, my case France, and I'll start typing a number. So once I've finished, and I just click on verify, so that they'll send me they'll send me an SMS, or let them call me to give me a code that I would enter to confirm that I am the rightful owner of the number that I've just entered. And I just click on finish. But if you don't want to put your phone number, just go ahead and hit on finish, and then you are done. So basically, after registering on Fiverr as a freelance service provider, the next step is to um, define your pricing. Okay, you have to let your potential clients understand how much you charge per service. Okay, and I will detail this in my next tutorial. So please remember to subscribe, and please look in the description box of this particular video, and you would find a link to my next tutorial on pricing. Okay,